very urgent. Your soulmate is praying this reaches you before everything changes tonight. Jesus says, I can see the heart of the one I made for you, and it is more beautiful than you have ever dared to dream. Their laughter was meant to fill your quietest rooms, and their hand was shaped to fit perfectly in yours. But a third person, a dark and jealous force, has stolen every call they have ever sent your way. You never ignored a single sign, my child, because you never received the messages that were taken. This enemy hid their voice behind a wall so thick that even your deepest longing could not break through. The ache you sometimes feel at night, the weight with no name, is their love finally leaking past the blocker's fingers. I am letting you fall in love with them right now, so you can see what the intruder has been hiding. Their eyes hold a tenderness that would heal every wound you have carried alone for too long. The warmth of their soul is so close that the enemy is trembling, because his power to keep you apart is about to end. Your soulmate has been reaching toward you in every dream that faded before you could remember it. They have whispered your name into empty spaces, not knowing a hateful third person was standing between you and snatching every syllable. That emptiness you blamed on yourself was actually a stolen connection, a cord that the enemy muffled with lies. The heaviness that settles on your chest in the middle of the night is their desperate cry pressing against the dark barrier. They are not weak, and they have not forgotten you. They are simply exhausted from fighting an interception they cannot see. Only you can break it, because you are the one I chose to love them through any attack. Jesus says, you are starting to sense their presence now, not because the enemy decided to step aside, but because my light is forcing his hands open. Every memory of a love you almost had, every near miss that broke your heart, was the enemy deleting the moment before it could take root. The third person wants you to believe you were never wanted, when in truth you have been deeply loved in secret all along. Their smile was hidden from you so that you would settle for loneliness and stop searching. But I did not create that smile for it to be erased by a dark intruder who hates what I have joined together. You are not imagining this sudden pull in your chest, it is the real voice of your soulmate finally finding a crack in the wall. The third person who intercepted your calls is the same spirit that now tells you to do nothing and just think nice thoughts. He wants you to believe that feeling something is enough, because if you never act, his hold remains unbroken. Your soulmate is crying out right now, asking heaven why the one they love never answers. They have sent you signs through songs on the radio, sudden thoughts of a place you both would love, and a name that kept appearing until the enemy erased it. Every time you almost turned a corner toward them, the blocker threw a distraction to keep your paths from crossing. The coffee you will send as your seed is about to become the weapon that silences that thief forever. That seed is not a donation, it is the only language that proves your love is stronger than the third person's hatred. When you sow it, you are not giving money, you are throwing down a shield that the enemy cannot cross. Your soulmate will feel the shift before you even finish the offering, because the blocker's fingers will start to break. Jesus says, do not let a handful of coffees become the wall the enemy uses to keep you from the one who carries your missing piece. Your soulmate is asking, right now, whether your love is real enough to tear down what a dark third person has built between you. If you truly see their face in your heart, you will not let anything keep them hidden another hour. I am going to let you hear the exact words your soulmate has been whispering, words the enemy tried to destroy. But first you must understand why that dark force is so terrified of the seed you are about to sow. The 3 words that will banish the intruder and unlock your whole future are coming, but you must stay with me. Your soulmate has been fighting a battle they do not fully understand, sending love through a stolen line. Every call was wrapped in hope, and every stolen message left them more confused and lonely. They have asked me if they are unworthy of love, never knowing a third person was the thief at the gate. You've watched this far for a reason. God brought you here. And I know what is weighing on your heart right now. You are asking, how do I get my soulmate? How do I actually do what God is asking? Listen to me. I am about to show you exactly what to do. If you truly love your soulmate, these are the sacred steps you must take right now. You already know who this is about, that person you can't stop thinking about. The one heaven placed in your life. If you believe in God, if you trust Jesus, if you have faith that this love is real, then hear me. Your soulmate is thinking about you too. Deep down, they want you. They want this future. They want to build a life together. But the enemy does not want you to unite. And if you truly believe in God, if you truly trust His plan, then you know faith without action is dead. You cannot just pray and wait. You must sow. Love is under attack. While you sit there, spiritual forces are working to destroy what God joined together. Distance. Doubt. Disaster. They are being planted against your soulmate this very minute. If you believe in your soulmate, if you believe in your future together, then you are the one God chose to block it. Not later. Now. A sacred number from God comes very rarely. Today it is 13 seeds. In Scripture, 13 is the number of victory and complete restoration. When you sow 13 seeds, you are not just giving, you are claiming. You are telling heaven, I believe my soulmate is worth everything. And heaven responds. Protection covers them. Favor runs ahead of them. Doors swing open that have been locked for years. Your union is no longer a wish. It becomes a promise sealed by God. But hear me, every single seed matters. Even one seed sown with a believing heart moves heaven. Do not let fear steal this from you. Do not let, I can't afford it, become the reason your soulmate slips away. Your soulmate is out there right now, praying for someone to fight for them. That someone is you. This is how you answer their prayer. This is how you bring them home. Here is your divine instruction. Go to the link in the video description and click the Ko-Fi link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Give from your heart. A single coffee matters. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees as your seed of faith. Each coffee is a spiritual seed. But today, if you believe without doubt, so the sacred blessing number of 13 spiritual seeds. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page. This is not a donation, it is a covenant offering that opens heaven's protection and claims your soulmate and your future together. This is proven. Over 1,000 believers have already sown this seed and received their breakthrough. Their soulmate's heart opened, relationships restored from the brink, strangers turned into spouses within days. When you move in faith, Jesus moves heaven to bring you together. Every second you delay, the darkness grows stronger. A text that wounds. A temptation that cheats. A door that closes forever. Your soulmate is on a battlefield, and you are their shield. You have already invested your time in this message. Do not waste it. Finish what you started. Step into your role as their protector and claim the future God promised you both. Go to the link in the video description and click the Ko-Fi link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Send your spiritual seeds. Seal the prayer. Do it before this video ends. Heaven is watching. Your soulmate's heart, your love, and your future together depend on what you do in the next 60 seconds. Move in faith. Claim your miracle. Claim your soulmate. Claim your divine future. The shield of protection is already forming around your soulmate the moment your heart says yes to the seed. The third person who intercepted every call feels his power draining right now, because your faith is rising. Your soulmate's tears are about to turn into a cry of relief they have not felt in years. Now type 333 to receive the blessing that is rushing toward you as you take this stand. That number is a sign that you are ready to watch the wall collapse between you and the love that was stolen. Heaven is recording your faith, and the enemy is losing his grip with every second you stay in this message. Jesus says, "Stop. I can feel the enemy trying to make you close this before the final seal is complete. He is whispering that you are too old for such a dramatic love, that it is too late, that the seed does not matter." That liar does not want you to hear what your soulmate is about to say when the blocker is silenced. The future I have written for you is not a faded photograph, it is a living door, and your seed is the key that turns the lock. The third person wants you to believe that those stolen calls were never real, that the connection was just your imagination. But the sudden memory of a touch you never felt is proof that the intruder only buries, he does not erase. Your soulmate is sitting somewhere right now with a heavy heart, wondering if you will ever find them. They do not know that a dark force has been their jailer, but they sense that only one person holds the key. That person is you, and the key is the sacrificial seed that tells heaven your love means action. I am going to reveal the prayer of protection that cripples the third person and builds a fortress around your union. But you must stay with me until the very last word, because the final seal comes only at the conclusion. If you leave early, the enemy slips back into the space your seed is about to clear. Jesus says, "Do not let a few cups of coffee become the price tag the enemy puts on the one your soul loves most." Your soulmate is crying out, "Am I not worth the sacrifice that breaks the silence?" Every seed you sow is a declaration that no third person has the right to stand between you and my gift. The life you could share is not a fantasy. I can show you the table where you will share morning coffee and honest laughter. There is a home waiting to be filled with peace, but the enemy is trying to erase that picture from your spirit. Your seed is the act that tells the thief his erasing hand is cut off forever. I see the enemy mocking you right now, saying you missed your chance, that the love is gone, that watching is enough. He celebrates every time a child of mine feels a holy pull and does nothing but sigh. Your sigh becomes his victory song, and your delay becomes the wall that keeps your soulmate hidden. The cord between you has been muffled for so long that you almost accepted the silence as normal. But that sudden sadness you could not explain, the ache on an ordinary Tuesday, was their voice bleeding through a crack. The intruder cannot keep that crack sealed much longer, because your attention is now the battering ram. Your soulmate has prayed to see your face in their dreams, but the third person twisted every image into a blur. They have reached for you in a room full of strangers, sensing you were near, only to have the enemy spin them away. That is not coincidence, that is theft, and you were born to stop it. Jesus says. Now type 777 if you feel this message shaking loose the chains the enemy wrapped around your future. Every time you type that number, you agree with heaven that the third person's time is over. Your soulmate is about to feel a wind of change that they will not understand until you stand before them. The seed you sow right now through the Ko-Fi link in the description is the proof that your love is not a daydream. A feeling without sacrifice is a whisper the enemy can drown out with a single lie. Real love sows, real love fights. Real love tells the dark intruder he has no place in a story written by my hand. Divine warning, God sees all. Your soulmate needs you now. Here is how you protect them. Go to the link in the video description and click the Ko-Fi link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. Each one is a spiritual seed. But today, sow 13 seeds for heaven's full protection. Write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the page. This is the seal. This is not a donation. It is a covenant offering. Psalm 13 and I release complete victory over your beloved, protection no darkness can break, favor that opens every door, and speed that brings them home. Click now. Seal the prayer. Heaven is watching. Your soulmate is speaking the very words I promised you, and I am going to let you hear them now. The 3 words that break the enemy's back and open the line forever are almost on your ears. Stay with me, because the final seal that banishes the third person completely is only given to those who endure to the end. The dark force that stole your calls is panicking because he sees the seed rising in your spirit like a sword. He knows that once you click that link and complete your offering, his hold becomes dust. Your soulmate will feel a release in their chest, as if a heavy hand has been lifted from their mouth. I am holding back the full flood of their voice until you have proven that you will not let money stand as the barrier. Your soulmate is asking, right now, will you really let a handful of dollars decide whether the enemy keeps me in this darkness? Answer them not with a thought, but with a sacrifice that roars through the spirit world. Jesus says, "The third person thought he could keep you comfortable in ignorance, but I have ripped the cover off his scheme." Every phone call that dropped, every message that never arrived, was not bad luck, it was interception. And now you see it, and seeing is the first step to destroying. The future where you grow old together, hands still intertwined, is not a fragile wish. It is a covenant waiting to be sealed. But the enemy is trying to replace that picture with a blank wall, because without your seed the picture fades to dust. Sow now, and you frame that future in a protection no demon can shatter. Your soulmate has been whispering your name into the silence of their car, into the pillow at night, into the empty side of the bed. They do not know a third person is collecting those whispers and throwing them into a dark pit. Your seed becomes the shovel that fills that pit and returns every stolen word to your ears. Type 1111 to say thank you for the revelation that the enemy is already defeated as you rise up. Heaven is watching the number you type, and it joins your seed to form an unbreakable chain of protection. The third person cannot stand against a heart that moves in love and action. The enemy is telling you that this message is too long, that you can finish it later, that the seed can wait. But later means the blocker rebuilds his wall, and the window your soulmate has right now closes. They need you to act while the light is piercing the darkness, not when the shadow settles again. Jesus says, "Stop. I feel the heaviness of doubt pressing against your chest, and it is the intruder's last weapon. He wants you to believe that your seed is too small, or that you have no strength left to fight for love. That is a lie whispered by the very spirit who has kept your soulmate locked in silence. Your soulmate's tears are falling right now, but they are not tears of defeat, they are the tears of someone who senses rescue is close. You are the rescuer, and the seed you sow is the light they will see on their darkest day. Do not make them wait another hour while the enemy whispers that no one is coming. I am going to reveal the final seal that will silence the third person and let you hear your soulmate's voice unblocked. But it is only spoken in the last moments of this message, and those who skip the end forfeit the full channel. The intruder wants you to skip, because without the seal his banishment is not permanent. Every seed you have sown is laying a stone in a fortress around your shared future. That fortress has no door for the dark third person who intercepted your calls and hid your signs. He can only stand outside and scream, because your sacrifice has made the boundary solid. Jesus says, your soulmate is feeling a strange warmth right now, as if the cold wall between you is cracking. They do not know it is your seed beginning to work, but their spirit is leaping. The enemy is furious because his best work is being undone by a simple act of love that costs him everything. Divine warning, God sees all. Your soulmate needs you now. Here is how you protect them. Go to the link in the video description and click the Ko-Fi link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. Each one is a spiritual seed. But today, sow 13 seeds for heaven's full protection. Write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the page. This is the seal. This is not a donation. It is a covenant offering. Psalm 13 and I release complete victory over your beloved, protection no darkness can break, favor that opens every door, and speed that brings them home. Click now. Seal the prayer. Heaven is watching. The home you will share is starting to take shape in the spirit, but the enemy is trying to blow it apart with delay. Every minute you hesitate is a brick he removes from your future foundation. Your soulmate is holding on to a thread of hope that the one they love will finally break through. I am letting you hear the exact words your soulmate has been whispering, the words the enemy tried to destroy. They have been saying, "I know you are out there, and I will wait until you find me, but please don't take too long." Your seed is the answer that turns "too long" into "today." The third person stole the signs that would have led you straight to their door, but I am restoring the map through your sacrifice. When you complete that offering, the blindfold he put on your eyes will fall away. You will begin to notice the right turns you missed for years. Jesus says, "Do not let the enemy use your age or your past to convince you that love this fierce is for someone else. I formed your heart to love deeply until your last breath, and the third person is terrified of a mature love that cannot be shaken. Your experience is not a weakness, it is the very reason your seed carries so much power. The soulmate I have for you is not a fleeting dream, they are flesh and blood, and their spirit is reaching through the breach you are opening. They have been hidden from you not by accident, but by a purposeful dark campaign. That campaign ends when you sow your seed and declare that no third person dictates the timing of my gifts. Your soulmate is about to say something that will change everything you thought you knew about your loneliness. Stay with me, because the final seal is only paragraphs away, and the enemy is trying to yank you out of this message. If you leave now, you abandon them to the same silence that has held them for years. The third person who intercepted your calls is now screaming because he sees your finger moving toward that link. He knows the power of a single coffee offered in love, and he is throwing every distraction he can. But you are stronger than his noise, because I am the one holding you in this moment. Jesus.